and it's very interesting all every session today, because it's very useful to learn a lot of things about Business Central. And I am very happy to be here and to be in this bootcamp. And I am very happy to have the opportunity to show a little about development in Business Central, because we need more developers in the market. We need more people working with Business Central, and it's very in this session I want to show you a low level. It's not so high level as events or another session today, but I want to speak in a low level to beginners to start to work to work with Business Central as developer.
Thank you so much, Roberto.
What is we want to speak with this session? This is I am Roberto Corella from Spain, Business Central and Power Platform developer. More than 24 years working with NAB and Business Central, MCT. This is my my contact social as Twitter or LinkedIn, and I have a YouTube channel called Business Central in Spanish, right? Well, our agenda today is how to create your first extension for Business Central. Firstly, we want to speak about why need to customize Business Central. What kind of tools we need to do this in Business Central. A little of basic concepts in Business Central. Using VS Code and files in my first extension, and how to publish my extension in the environment, and a little about AL languages, and how to extend Business Central without AL, right? Like Power Platform or Power Automate, right? Because it's sometimes it's not necessary to use AL to modify. Maybe it's useful to use another tools like Power Platform. First, why need to customize Business Central? Mainly 80% of the companies have the same processes: financials, operation, items, vendors, customers, all of them using the same areas. But we have 20% of requirements that is not covered by Business Central. More or less 20-25% of the requirements are not covered by Business Central. Then we need to improve Business Central, to modify Business Central to obtain these requirements, to meet these requirements, right? We have three kinds of requirements. Requirements by an special sector. Imagine a hotel, a property management system as a software to control a hotel. We have rooms, we have bookings. It's different. This kind of things we don't have in a standard Business Central. Then we need to improve the Business Central with this kind of things. or also the retail point of sales as ELS retail. Then we normally use the app source, the market that we have a big application, big extension to our business central, right? For this kind of requirements. Also, we have only for some special systems, for example, a Shopify connector or a PayPal connector are special to integrate with other systems. Then maybe it is also in app source. And finally, we have a special requirement for a customer, only for a customer. Is a kind of extension, is a kind of functionality only for one customer. Maybe one customer wants that one field in a table or something. Someone want a special table for something, or needs a web service to allow to connect with another software. This is a special requirements, and we need to create an extension, extension to create to modify to improve Business Central, right? Then all of the extensions, even the app source extension or the partner extension or the customer extension, the way to develop is the same. We need to improve more details. We need to take more attention in some details for something because app source need more requirement to put an extension in the app source and the marketplace. But the way to create an extension is similar, is the same. The way to create tables or the way to create pages are the same, right? Okay. Basic concepts. Software as a service. Business Central is a software as a service. Is a software that you use in the on the cloud, and but also we can use on premise. You can use Business Central in your server in your company, but here we use our sample. Our demo is in software as a service. Then for us, always is first cloud, right? And always we use all the things thinking in the cloud. Environments. Several sessions, Andrew told us about different environments. We have two kinds of environments: sandbox and production. As you can see here in our system, we can go to the admin center, and we can create different environments, production and sandbox. We can create free sandbox by free with the same subscription, and one production for each subscription, right? If you want more production environment is possible, but you must to pay for it in the to Microsoft, right? This is the standard subscription, one production and free until free sandbox environments. You can use the different sandbox to test things. For instance, to test this, I can see here I am using the new versions. The 21st version of BC is a preview, and I can check my functionalities, my extension in this sandbox before before the new version is in production, and then this is one thing, one way to create this environments. And other reason to create these environments is maybe to test some extension before to put in production the extension, right? We always works before firstly in a sandbox, and later we will go to production. In this case, we use this sandbox to test our extension, right? More things, versions. Normally, Microsoft launch a minor version or a minor release and a major release. A minor release each month and a major release each 6 months. Then it's necessary to have these different environments to test all the new extensions with the new versions, right? With the new, this is the current version in this environment. And then it's necessary to check all the things that we prepare for our customers or for extensions. And we need to create this sandbox to test this extension, right? Business Central is multi-company. All of you know that you can create companies as you prefer, as you need, but all the companies use the same, all the companies in the same environment using the same extension. If you create a field, you create a table in a company, this table is for all the companies in the same tenant. This is important because it's not possible to use, to have the extension only in one company. We can use you can use one extension in one company and not in the other, but by software to control controlling the situation by software, but not by system, because the tables are in the company, even if it is RMT. Okay, this is very important because sometimes people tell me I want to this extension only in this company. It's not possible to use to do this. I can to avoid that the people use this extension in this company, but not to avoid that the tables are in the company. We use the language that we use in to create extensions is AL languages. Is very similar our Farmer Navision, but is a language to create latest we can see more in detail. But we can use this language to create all of objects in Business Central. Objects like pages, like tables, like code, like all the things we can use in Business Central. Objects. I can show you only 4 of them: tables, pages, and reports, and code units. All of them are the most common objects, but it's not we have more objects now, but this is the more common, the most useful objects in Business Central. All of these objects, we create extensions to extend or improve Business Central, right? We create one extension with objects like a table, like a pages, like a reports, or like a code units, right? We have more, but so far in this level, we can stop here and to understand these objects. Tables, tables are for new information, but if you want to improve some table in Business Central, some table existing in Business Central, like a customer or like a vendor, like an item, we use table extensions. We create an extension for the table, an extension for the page. If you later we check in the demo, but it's different object, table, and table extension, right? Table extension is to add more fields or more functionality to one table, and tables is only to create new tables, right? Or to create a new objects, right? Pages is to show the information. We cannot see the information in a table. We need to use a page directly. In a table, it's not possible to see the information. And reports is to create a document or to create a list of information to show the data in a document, right? In a list or in a PDF or something like this. And code units is one place, one object where I can put the code, the logical about my code, right? It's the same in other languages. Is called classes or something like this. But in this case, we don't use this object, but is similar to put to create the other ones. And finally, in the basic concepts, I want to speak about numbers, the IDs of the objects. Microsoft reserved some of the numbers, some of the IDs for himself, and for the end user, for the if you are a Business Central user and do you want to create your extension, you must use these IDs, right? This from the 50,000 to the 1999, right? This is the IDs range to create our objects. We have a lot of objects to a lot of range of IDs to create objects, right? Okay. If you are a partner and you want to create your extension to the app source, you can put your extension in the app source, and then you must to ask for to Microsoft to give you some ID, special ID for your company, right? It's not possible to use this ID range, this range in the app source. You need to a special range that Microsoft gives you to create your extension, right? This is important because it is only for extension that you put in your customer or in your business central for yourself, or your partner put this extension in your system, right? Environments, I say about this, and tools that you need. What do you need to create your first extension or your big extension in Business Central? You need a free tool called Visual Studio Code. You can download this software from here. It's an open source and it's free. You don't need to pay for this tool, and you can download from this page. Let me show you. Not here. Here is you can go to this page and download the Windows or the other the Mac or the Linux code, and you can create your extension with this software. Right? This is my first software that I need. I need this software, right? Later, I need a subscription or a trial to use Business Central. Then I will need the one environment to test our system. Later, speak about the Dockers. This is another way to create Business Central. To use Business Central or to work with Business Central, but here we use directly the basic configuration to create our first extension. Then, if you go to Business Central page, you can go here and you can download try free, and you can create a subscription by free in the SaaS, in the cloud, and then you can create all of these environments, right? What need when you download the Visual Studio Code? Okay, let's go to this is the Visual Studio Code. When you install the Visual Studio Code, you can see this screen. This is you can use this tool not only for Business Central. You can use this tool for any I think for all of the languages in the market, Python or Java, or as you prefer. You can use this environment to develop. But the most important thing is the extensions, right? We can use here the extensions that we use to develop an extension in Business Central, using an extension to create extension, right? And the extension that we need to create extension for Business Central is AL language, right? This is from Microsoft. Microsoft create or launch a new versions when launch a new version in the SaaS. if in October we will have the 21 version, then you can create this extension, this AL language extension will be updated with the next version in order that you can create new functionalities for this new version, right? Then only need to install here. As I have installed now, I only can uninstall. But if you can go here and put AL language in your system and show you all the things, but all the extensions that we have in the market. But the only one that I need is AL language, right? This is the extension. My recommendation is that you can use another that can help you to improve your or you optimize your development, right? For instance, I showed you two of them. One is Waldo. Waldo, very well-known person in the Business Central world, and you can see Waldo. This is the Waldo series AL language extension. Is to improve the functionalities of the extensions. And another very interesting for me is AL develop. Is also another is from Andrew Sikorskowski, and it's very useful for me to use this extension. But insists the only one that you need is this one, right? This is the only one that you need to develop your extension. This is this kind help you to improve your time to develop the system. But the only one that you need is this one, right? Okay. Then, as we say, we need the sandbox environment. As I say before, we will work in this environment, sandbox environment, and then open this sandbox, and we can use also a Docker. Docker is a virtual machine, and special virtual machine is more complex that to use because we need to install another software inside of your computer. Then if you want more information, I can send you more information about Dockers. But here is as is a low level session. We use the standard. We are using the sandbox environment, right? Okay. And which is the first extension or the first program or the first software that we create in every language? The Hello World. Okay. Then we want to create our first extension for Business Central called Hello World. And to do this, I will go here. This is the extensions, and I close all of this. And firstly, we need to go to the command section here and press AL go. AL go. The first things that ask me is about where say where store this project or this extension in my computer, I say, for example, Bootcamp. This one. This is a folder in our computer to save the information, to save all the files. The next question is the platform. In which version we will go to work? In which version of the system we will go to work? As we see in our environments, this is the version 20. The version 20 is the Business Central 2022 release wave 1. And then this is the version that we need to use, 9. If you are working in on-prem, you can use all of this to create an extension for these other versions. What is the reason to change this? Because Francis told us about events. Not in all the versions we have the same events. Microsoft is improving the events in each versions, or including some information, or including other things in each version. Then we need to choose exactly the version that we need to use. In this case, 9. And this is creating the folders, the folder with the files in the system, and ask me if I want to use a cloud sandbox or I want to use my own server. What is my own server? On-premise system, right? Then I want to see, I want to work with sandbox. Then this is the option. And when I have this one, I want to do this more bigger. I want to see, this is the folder that the system create for me, and I want to show you some important information about all of these files, right? But this is the questions. Okay. I want to. I need all the base application from Microsoft, the Business Central, in order to work with the current the current version to work with Business Central. Then we can go here again and say download symbols. And what is doing this? Go to the Business Central, to the Sandbox Business Central, and download the symbols, right? You can see here, we are download the symbols. What is the download the symbols? To download all the extension from Business Central, from Microsoft application. Is the standard application. Is like your standard tables, like customer, like orders, like sales orders, the standard tables, the standard pages that we can find in Business Central. When you use Business Central, we use this Business Central, we have information. We have customers, tables with customers. We have vendors. We have a lot of information tables with data, because we have here a Cronus version, but the table is inside of the Business Central. Very useful for as developer, as a very useful tool in Business Central is to know how is called this page and how is called this table, the table that is behind of this table. And how can I see this? We can go here, and we can go how to help and inspect pages and data. And you can see this page is customer list number 22, and this table, the table behind of the page, is customer 18. Is the number, the 18, the number, the ID 18, and all of these are all the fields in this table, right? In this table is maybe not all of these fields are in this page, but we can see here all the table, right? This is the Lokendra show us the shortcut. This is the shortcut you can see in the chat. The shortcut to use this same functionality to inspect the page inspection, right? Okay, we have the standard tables, the standard pages, like customer, like another ones. And here we can see a special file. This special file is to test, is to test our extension in Business Central. How is called this configuration, Microsoft Cloud Sandbox. In this case, I can call this name as I prefer. For instance, the only thing for now, the only thing important is the environment name is Sandbox, because we are connecting to Sandbox in this moment. This is the more important in this level. This is the most important parameter for in this case is environment name, which is where I check my extension in which environment. In this case, will be this. And the other important file is the app.json. The app.json identify our extension. This is our extension is an unique ID for all the systems, for all the tenants. This is the name of my extension. I can change this to be more pretty. And I can use here my name. And if you can put more information, you can put your logo, or you can put your logo about your company, or your URL to use in your to help, or to documents of privacy statement, a little description about your extension, as you prefer. But is the most important are these four parameters. Is the ID, the name, the publisher, and the version. We need to modify this version in each when I create a new version in production, right? When I am using a new create a new version, improve my extension, I need to put a new number here to increase the version, right? Another important part is this one. This one is the IDs. As I remember before, I say before, the IDs available for me, for the users, for the partners, is from 50,000 to 100,000, right? In this case, I can use, as you prefer, this number. this my extension can use numbers from this number to this number, right? This is our app JSON, and this is the runtime 9.0 is Business Central 2022 release wave 1. Okay, I want to save all of them. And I want to save all of them. Then I can go here, and my hello world is saying that this number, this is the ID for my page extension. And you can see is 50, 100, and this is not possible because my range is from 57, right? Then I can to change this one to use this extension. And here I can put hello world business central bootcamp. Okay, this is a little extension, and how I can create how I can work with this extension. How can I put this extension in my tenant? Go to run, and run, or F5 is the shortcut. And the VS Code is compiling the software, is trying to find if we have any problem, and publishing in the Business Central. Okay, and now, as you can see, we will see app published Hello World Business Central Bootcamp, right? Directly our extension, right? We create our first extension, our Hello World extension, right? This is a very easy way to create a new extension. As you can see here, when I compile the extension, create this file. This file is the app extension file, and you can send this to your customer or your other partner to install the in their tenant or in their environments, right? This is the app, the file. Okay, we can see all of this. This is the app JSON, name, publisher, version, logo, ID, range, and runtime. The most important. We need all of them, but in this level, in 50 minutes, it's not possible to see all of them. Later, how can I see in my Business Central? If I go here, go to extensions, and go to extension management, and here we can see my bootcamp 002. This is my extension from Roberto Correia, this version 1000. And if I want to see more information, I can go here and to see configure, and we can see here the app ID. This app ID is the same as this ID, right? Okay. Okay, but what happens if I want to create a new table in Business Central? Okay, we can a little basic about AL language to create all of the objects are in test files with extension .al. And I want to create new files with information. For example, to create a table, we can use a snippet. Is a wizard to help you to create tables, and we need to put the ID, the name, the fields, the keys, and the trigger. Let's go to see this information and go to create a new table here. And how I can create a new table, new file. I can use a new file, put a name for the with the a name, new table with extension .al, and open a text editor, blank text editor, and we can use the snippet. The snippet is a help you to create the tables. If I want to create a table, is the T table. If you want to create a page, is T page, right? In this case, T table, and created the scheme of the tables, and you can ask the system ask me for the ID. You can put the ID, and if you don't know which is the number that you can use, with the control space, you can see the number that is possible to use, and the name. In this case, I want to put here, for instance, bootcamp visitors, speakers. Okay. Next information, fields, which is the fields of our table. We have different kind of fields, and we have also the key. Which is the key? The key is the how is ordered this table in our SQL system, right? How is ordered in our system. And later we can have trigger. Trigger is when you insert some record in this table, what happened? When you modify one record, what happened? And this is different events. I want to change to another here. I modify some of them, and I create different tables here. A table which is the name, players, an ID is the field type is integer. It's obvious. Integer is a number. When if you want to use text, you can use text like this. You need to put, if it's a if the type is text, you need to put the length of the text. You can put birthday date. Another kind is date, decimal, for decimal numbers, Boolean, true or false, and we can have in each field different properties for each field. In this case, mean value, because the salary is not possible to see negative. Then the mean value is 0, for example. We can use a table relation to another table, in this case to employee. We can relate this field with the other table, this table relation with employee, or in this case with another table that I create. And in this case, it's the same. Sports, I have a code, text, and integer. And in this case, we have more properties. For instance, if it's possible to modify the field, I say no, it's false. The class of the field is flow field. It is a calculate field, and here I'm saying I want to put here the number of players that you play to this sport, and here you can see a formula to use this field, right? And obviously, as I said before, it's not possible to see the information directly from the table. We need to create a page. To create a page is the same. Go to new file, page with the same extension, and use the snippet page. But as you know, we have different pages. In this case, I want to list page, and then the same as before. Use this number and this list page RCB, and here the most important thing is which is the source table for this page. In this case, sports, for instance, right? This is the way, and then I can put the fields that I want to show in the list, right? I want to delete this one because I don't have more time, and you can see here in this page, I create a repeater because it's a list of a list with these fields, and in this other case, I create action, the buttons that we have in the menu, and in this case, we can run other standard pages, right? And let me run this one. It's processing. And when the system publish the VS Code, publish the extension in my Business Central, we can look for these new tables. This is the other extension that I created before. In this case, I want to create go to players, player list, and we can create a new fields here, RAS, salary 45, right? Birthday, we can create this one, and the export, export ID, we can choose one export that I create in another table, right? In tennis, right? Change to football, because then we can see here we have two players in football, right? Then if I go here to sports, sport list, we can see here the tennis have 0 players, the football have 2 players. And if I open, I can see that these 2 players are in the list, and basketball have one player, right? This is very fast way to create extensions, tables, pages to show the information in a table. And if you want to create, you want show information from other table, for instance, in a customer list, or in a customer, for instance, in a customer list, I want to put my sports, right? This is table I want to use in the table customer. Then I need to create a table extension, and it's the same, but instead table, we use table extension, and we put here the name. I can put here another snippet called table extension, and say, okay, which is the number that you can use? This one, the name, my new table, and which table are you extending? In this case, customers or vendors, right? And you can put here the fields that you want to increase. You can add to the standard tables, right? And with this, in this case, I put this field sport related with my table sport, right? Okay, it's not. We don't have more time for this. Remember that you can use the Business Central. You can extend Business Central with other tools like a Power Platform. Later we have Raúl and Madeleine that show us how to create extension or how to create a modification with Power Pages, and we can use this Power Pages to use information from Business Central. And not always it's necessary to create. Not always we need to create extension. We need to create Power Apps or Power Automate to create new functionalities or new reports with the Power BI to use in our system. Sorry for the speed because it's very quick the session. And this is thank you for your time. This is my LinkedIn, Twitter, and my blog in Spanish. And this is my channel in YouTube. It's in Spanish, but thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, I am ready to ask you.
Well, I have to say, round of applause for Roberto there, because I thought he did a fantastic job. He made it very fun to learn the development. I think everyone found that very easy to follow, Roberto. I think you'd make a fantastic trainer. Notice you're an MCT as well. I think you'd make a fantastic trainer because the pace at which you went, it was very easy to follow.
Very quick, very fast to show all the information. But I try. I hope that the people can see that it's not difficult to create a new extension. Obviously, we can create more difficult or more complicated things, but it's possible to create an extension very easy.
You definitely made it look very easy, Roberto. So a huge applause to you. I think you definitely achieved the objective there. So let's quickly take a look to see if there's any questions, because I think a lot of the people, they definitely found that very interesting. A lot of people enjoyed it, actually. Looking at here, a lot of people did actually enjoy this. So we've got time for a few questions. One question is from Sajid. He's asking, do we need a developer license or a standard license to develop the extensions?
In the cloud, it's not necessary the license. For to develop extension for the cloud, it's not necessary a partner license. But if you create extension for on-premise environments in your local host, you need a partner license. As before, when we use Navision, we need to use a partner license. But if you want to develop some extension for your environment in the cloud, it's not necessary to have a special license. All that you need is, as I showed you, only VS Code and the extension AL language and your environment, no more.
Fantastic. So there you go, guys. AL is the way to go, definitely. So Mario is asking, can I inspect the AL code of BC standard pages?
Yes, for all the you can inspect the pages and for all the pages standard and customized tables. In fact, we can check here sport. sport list, and if I want to see which number or which name is this table, I can use the shortcut Control Alt F1, and you can see here is the sport list sys01 and the sports table sys0 is obviously is the same as I have here. This is my table sports. This is the number sys0101, and this is the page sport list is this one. Okay, it's not only for a standard; it's for all the objects in Business Central. You can inspect everything in Business Central, even if you want to print a report like a 10 customer. This customer, for instance, I can see this is the report 111.
Excellent. So Mario is asking, as a user, can I develop my own extensions apart from the partner extensions?
Yes, of course. Always that you don't use the same IDs, you can create your own extension. You can your partner. You need to put. You need to know the IDs that is using your partner, and then you can create your own extension for yourself with other numbers, always from 50,000 to 100,000.
And Herky is asking, can I change the icon in my Business Central V2 on premise? So the icon of your logo.
This icon is
yes.
the icon from the Dynamics 365.
Yeah.
I am not sure that you can change this icon in on-prem, because this is the same as you use when you go to make Power Apps, or is the same icon. Is the icon of the 365, and you can change this icon here in your environment, in your tenant. But in local, in your on-prem, I am not sure. Maybe I need to check about this, but I'm not sure. I think it's not possible.
Cool. Okay, so we've got last two questions now. So Lokendra is asking, can we change the property of a report in report extension?
It's possible to change in the last version. We can extend reports. It's a new functionality to create a new to create reports. I can create a new one here, new file. Again, in this case, report. Oh, sorry. It's important to the extension, because it's necessary to put AL. And I can put here a T report extension. And then you need to create the same way my new report. And which report do you want to extend? In this case, let me show some of the customer order details. But then I can improve or extend this report with more request pages, fields, or more data sets, or as you want.
Great. And Mario is asking, should I buy a range of IDs as in Navision for my own extensions or objects?
No, you don't need to buy extension so far. Microsoft can change this policy as he wants, but at the moment you don't need to buy extension or ranges as in the farmer Navision, you need to buy tables, you need to buy forms or pages in Navision, but here insist for cloud, not for on-premise. For cloud, you don't need to buy objects, but only for SaaS, not for on-prem. If you as you are working on-prem, you need to buy the license with the same method that as before, Navision system, to buy objects in the same way.
Great stuff. Finally, Roberto, Alonso's back online. Alonso's great at asking questions. So we've got one question for you, Alonso. So Alonso is asking, Buenas tardes, Roberto. How can I access the standard objects in VS to see the basic functionality? Thanks a lot.
Buenas tardes, Alonso. I suppose you spoke about if you can see the standard functionality, right? If you go here in the base application, if you have this extension that I say, and not only the AL language, or you can use this other extension, ACE SIT AL Dev, you can see all the standards tables as before you are using the client in Business Central, in local Business Central. You remember this kind of objects, tables, pages. You can see all of them, and if you press in some of them, you can see the standard version to see the information about how is created and how is working the base application, right? This is the way to see the standard version. Remember that one of the things, I'm sorry for Madeleine, Madeleine and Raul, but remember here, you can put here, if you want that your source, this parameter is to say if you want to see the source in your extension. If you want that all the people can see your extension in Business Central. This is sometimes it's interesting because it's your extension, it's your little extension to create a new file or something like this. But normally, if you are a partner, or if you are preparing a app source, you normally put here that it's not possible. It's not possible to see the source because you don't want that the other people see the information. Microsoft is very kind and show us the code directly to see our information, all the information about the standard, in order that you can see the information as how is developed their system.
Fantastico, Roberto. We have to say thank you once again. Great session, really enjoyed it. Please don't forget to share your contact details in the chat so that the community can keep in touch with you.
Thank you very much, and I give you with the very interesting session with Madeleine and Raul about Power Pages. That is very, very interesting also.
Definitely. Thank you once again. Excellent. Wow, guys. So I know